Here is our next plant, and I really love it. And I'm trying to spread it, and it spreads super easy. You just have to have time to do that. I'll show you my project here in a minute. So this is called Sedum rupestre Angelina. So I have some other sedum that get really tall in the front yard that we're going to look at later. But this is the Angelina variety. It's more like a ground cover. And I love the lime green color that just pops. It's also called Sedum Stonecrop Angelina. Now my other one that gets tall and pink flowers, pink to red flowers, is a Stonecrop, but this is Stonecrop Angelina. It's also called Rocky Stonecrop because you can see I've got it even here going through there. It has spread itself into the stones, so it thrives in places where other things don't thrive. It is also synonymous with Sedum reflexum. So I guess maybe that was an old name and now we have a new one. The name sedum is from the Latin word sedio, which means to sit, as the plant sits and sprawls over rocks. You see, I do have some rocks there, but we just put those in there, and we actually pulled out some of the Sedum Angelina from there and moved it. But this is a very difficult area. We get water that comes in, and it's like a waterfall right through here, and this just gets tons of water, which is why we just put in this basin here and a whole bunch of pipes. And look how well it holds up to the water, and that's exactly why we're going to spread it to another area where we get water. Also, we find ourselves stepping on it as we climb up to this bed. He's up there weeding, and so it tolerates being stepped on as well, which is cool. So Latin for sedio, which means to sit, and rupestre means rock-loving in Latin. So to sit rock-loving is what Sedum rupestre means. The common name of stonecrop is because the plant is often found in a natural setting among the rocks or stony ledges. So that's kind of what I've got going on here. It's a very short plant as a ground cover, maybe only 3 to 6 inches high, and it will spread and drape over the stone walls, being resilient as it's stepped over. So if I put it here, it would drape over the stone walls. But you kind of get the idea here as I peel this back. This stone goes pretty far underneath here, and it has come out this way. That's probably where I'm going to pull it off in order to transplant it and spread it. The blooms are yellow and star-shaped with 6 petals. Now, I have been waiting for this to bloom, and I have not seen it bloom yet. Ooh. So I'm recording anyway. These are succulent, and the leaves are chartreuse yellow color with ginger brown colored tips. I don't see any ginger brown colored tips. I think it might do that in the autumn. It says the leaves turn reddish orange in the autumn in the northern areas. I've never seen that. The leaves are needle-like. It's super easy to grow and to propagate. We're going to do that here in the video. Just like other sedums, you cut off a little bit of the top of the stem and you stick it in the ground and it'll begin to grow. It's just that easy. So you see that I have some going down here where I've transplanted it, and I wanted to make it go all the way down the walkway. And You know, if I had quit having other projects in the yard, I could work on sitting here and cutting these off and spreading them. I also absolutely love, look, not a weed in sight. It keeps out the weeds. And I love that the color, this chartreuse yellow they call it, even though I think it's a chartreuse green, has lots of contrast in the garden. And to plant it, to spread it around more, and the best part is that there's like almost no maintenance. Like you don't even do anything with it for the winter.
Yeah.
So we're just going to cut this off like that, and just like that we have, there's a really long piece. Here, let's cut this in half again. So each one of these will grow to be a new plant, and just like that we have, I'm going to pull this one, and that one, look how many we have just by snipping that. I'm going to pull this one out too. So we're going to go ahead and cut some more because we really want to spread this to our new area of the garden. I'm going to show you. So as we're just going to pull out that which has grown over the stone in order to plant it in the new spot. So you see how really long this one is? You can just take it with your fingers and snip it like that, and then come over here where you want it to go and just shove it in the ground with your fingers, and it's been transplanted. So again, I'm just going to take it and snip it off with my fingers, and let's say I want it to go here to spread it, and just shove it in the dirt with my fingers at the tip, and it'll grow. We got a whole bunch we're going to take over to our other area and plant, and then we're probably going to come back and get more. So you see I've transplanted some here successfully. I got to fill that gap, but I want to put it all the way down the edge of the walkway when I have time. But right now we have this project going on where we have water that comes in right there. And we've got it set up. We put in this basin. The water flows out underground that way. And we put these rocks in along the edges, black rocks. And you can see here we've already started filling in with sedum just a little bit. So we want to get the sedum to grow in the middle of the rocks where the water flows. So you can see we've got a few that don't look too healthy. We just put them in last weekend in here. But they're going to perk up. It hasn't rained. And I have my part of the bunch we just picked sitting here. And I'm just going to, this is too long. I can make two out of it. So I'm just going to cut it in half. And then I actually have found that this little one keeps getting in my way. I have also found this is my Cobra tool that I use to weed. I actually love it, but it also makes a great tiller. So I am just going to loosen the soil and then stick this in the ground and kind of pack some dirt on top of it. I'll go back that way. And those will grow. Again, I've pitched that one in half. Give a little soil around it. And those are planted. So that's how easy it is to propagate these. There, my little pile is gone. And they're all quickly just shoved in the dirt with my fingers, and they went pretty far. And she's standing in them. What are you doing? Miss Tizzy, look at Mama. You see, he's got it going on up there. I think once it starts growing, it's gonna look great. And there we have it. You can see, and it's gonna be great next year when it grows and it merges with the rocks.